Welcome, everyone. This is the fifth part of our series looking at where America stands in comparison to other democratic industrialized countries throughout the world. And I got to tell you, it's not pretty. And what we're looking at today is obesity, hunger, and addiction. Hi, I'm Dennis Johnson, and I recently completed a major work looking at where the United States ranks in comparison to other countries in domestic public policy, things like hunger, education, social services, taking care of poor people, things of that nature on the domestic policy side. Now, before we get started, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe and the like button, I'd appreciate that very much. And we'll just get started right now. Let's look at the major issue of obesity. For decades now, the United States has been a leader, unfortunately, a leader in being overweight and obese. And the latest statistics show that among the OECD countries, that's 38 different countries, we're the worst. We're the worst in terms of child obesity, and we're the worst in terms of adult obesity as well. It's a problem because of fast foods, unhealthy diets, eating too much, not enough exercise. Back in the time when Barack Obama was president, he tried to have a Let's Get Fit program, and Michelle Obama was in charge of it. And it was to try to get kids to go out and exercise and do things in class. But one unfortunate thing we found out was that 50% of the public schools in the United States had cut out physical education because they couldn't afford it anymore. And so it's a very big problem of trying to get kids to eat the right thing and do the right thing. One country that does a lot better than us is Japan. Japan at one time was really inundated with American fast food. McDonald's has the second largest number of McDonald's restaurants are in Japan. And Taco Bell and Burger King and Dunkin' Donuts, you name it, they're all over there. And so Japan had a problem. They said, wait a second, we're getting too fat. We're getting like Americans. So what they did is they instituted a program that said, from now on, if you're working in a factory, we're going to come every year and measure your waistline. If you're a man and you are 33 and a half inches at your waistline, you're okay. But anything more than that, you're going to have to go on a diet. And for women, it was 35 pounds. Can you imagine the United States having a law like that that says we're going to check you and we're going to check your weight? Not in our lifetime. The interesting thing about American obesity and things is the reverse side. That's food insecurity. We are the 24th country in the OECD in terms of food insecurity. In other words, we're the 24th worst country in all this. We're not doing a very good job with people who are hungry. Yes, we have a lot of private agencies that try to help. We have food stamps. We have things from the U.S. Agriculture Department. But in terms of taking care of poor people and their need for food, we come in 24th in the world. The irony is there's another problem. It's called wasted food. We are the third most wasteful country in the world when it comes to food. We throw out so much of our food. We throw out like 40% of our food. So we have these twin problems. We're the fattest country in the world, and we also waste a lot of food and have a lot of food insecurity. Another topic I'd like to talk about is opioid addiction. We've heard about this for years now, and we are number one in the OECD. We're the number one country in terms of opioid addiction. We're the number one country in terms of per capita opioid addiction. I've got a couple of statistics that are really shocking. In the European Union, all the European countries, there are about 440 million people in Europe. A couple of years ago, they had 5,800 people die of opioid related deaths. In the United States, we have 100 million less people. We have 340 million people in the US. A couple of years ago, we had 111,000 people die. Let's let that sink in. They had 5,800 deaths, and they have 100 million more people than we do. We had 111,000 deaths, and we have 340 million people. This stuff is shocking. This stuff is certainly, it could be handled by public policy, but it's not being handled. I'd like to hear what you think about this. But put your comments down in the down below, and let me know what you think about this. Next time, we're going to look at the social safety net in America. But for now, if I've got some other resources you might want to look at. I've got my website, www.we're.one. We're number one. I've got my book, which is called We're Number One. And I've also got a Substack newsletter called We're Number One. So again, thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll see you next time.